There was already a crush of people beyond the glass front of the fruit market gallery. Murray eyed them as he made his way towards the entrance. He couldn't see the exhibits from here, but the bar was busy. He paused and took in the exhibition poster, the name Jack Watson shining out at him from the trio of artists. He lingered outside, savouring the rightness of it all, suddenly wishing he'd brought a camera so he could record the event for posterity. Murray ran a hand through his hair and fumbled in his pocket for the ticket that Lynn had sent him, getting a sudden vision of it tucked inside last month's New York Review of Books, somewhere midway down in the pile of papers that had colonised his couch. He hesitated for a moment, then stepped from the damp coolness of the bridge-shadowed street into the warmth of hubbub of bodies and chatter, steeling himself from the embarrassment of getting Lynn or Jack to vouch for him. But inside, nobody challenged his right to be there. Murray wondered, as he helped himself to a glass of red and a leaflet explaining the artist's intentions, how many people were here to view the art, and how many had been drawn in by the vision of a free bar. Jack was at the centre of a small knot of people, but he saw Murray and broke away, flinging an arm around his brother's shoulder. Murray wondered where it came from, this physicality. He couldn't remember them ever touching as boys, except when they were fighting. Hiya. Hi, Jack. He put his arm around his brother, feeling the heat of his body through the fabric of his suit. Congratulations. Jack's face was shiny, his forehead beaded with sweat, his eyes bright. Murray could hear his brother's voice coming from somewhere else, too, a voiceover on a video installation, he guessed. The words were indistinct, but Jack's soft tones were cut through with another wilder, higher voice. The Jack in front of him looked anxious. He squeezed Murray's shoulder and said, "I was just keeping an eye out for you. Have you been round everything already?" Murray answered, "Nah, I just got here. All I've seen are those Japanese collage things." Jack gave a quick scan of the room, then whispered, "Pile of pish, eh?" Murray laughed. "I don't know art, but I do know a pile of pish when I see it." Jack said, "Don't let them put you off. Anyway, don't congratulate me until you've seen my stuff. You might not like it." "I better go and have a butcher's then." The walls behind him were lined with photos. They looked more muted than Jack's usual sharp, focused colours, but they were too far away for Murray to take in their detail. "Wait a moment." Jack took his sleeve, as if worried that his brother would escape. "Murray, it's all about Dad." Murray pulled himself gently from his brother's grip. He nodded, not trusting himself to speak, and walked into the heart of the exhibition. Their father looked pretty much as he had when Murray had last seen him. He was propped up in the high-backed chair, wearing a pair of brown paisley-patterned pyjamas. His hands clutched at the armrests. His head was thrown back, his old face lost in the crazy smile of another man. Jack's camera had caught him mid-word, his mouth open, the wetness of saliva coating his lips. His eyes dazzled. Murray shut his own eyes, then opened them again. The vision of his father remained in front of him, exposed to the wine drinkers. He could hear his father's voice now, chatting to Jack. Murray walked to the curtained darkroom in the corner of the gallery, ignoring the display cases and trying to blinker himself to the other photographs. The two long benches inside the blacked-out cubicle were full, so he stood at the end of the row of people leaning against the back wall. The close-up of his father's face was 6 foot high. Jack's voice came from somewhere off-camera asking, "Mr. Watson, can you tell me if you've got any children, please?" Their father grinned. "I've got 2 boys, terrific wee fellas, 6 and 11 they are." "Great ages. And what are they up to now?" The old man's face fogged with confusion. He said, I don't know. I've not seen them in a while. He was getting distressed, his pitch rising. They told me they were fine, but how did they know? Have you seen them, son? I've seen them. They're absolutely fine. Are you sure now? I know for certain. Aye, well, that's good. On their holidays, aren't they? The old man nodded, quickly comforted, and Jack asked him, Do you know who I am? The mischief was back in his father's face. If you don't know, I doubt that I can help you out, son. The old man and Jack laughed together. No idea at all. The father stared at the Jack off-screen intently. He stared at Murray too, his broken veins scarred and red. There was a patch of grey stubble on his chin that whoever had shaved him had missed. I don't think I know you, son. He hesitated, and a ghost of something that might have been recognition flitted across his face, bringing a smile in its wake. Are you yon boy that reads the news? Poor old soul, the woman standing next to Murray whispered to her friend. He doesn't ken if it's New York or New Year. Jack on screen told the old stranger that had taken up residence in his father's body, You've rumbled me, and the old man slapped his knee in glee. Murray pushed through the black curtains and out into the brightness of the white-painted gallery. Jack was standing where he had left him. Murray shook his head and jogged quickly down the stairs. Lynn was coming towards him, chatting to another girl, both of them clutching brimming wine glasses. She said his name, Murray, but he continued down onto the street, then further down still towards Waverley Station and the train that would take him home. Thank you.
Thank you.